I'm so sorry for your CPTSD and your current neighbor drama, but I'm really glad you found me. I was also diagnosed with CPTSD from multiple traumatic incidents from my childhood, as well as losing my daughter when I was 19 years old. As a person with CPTSD, I was already living a hypervigilant life. I was very aware of threats and was in a constant state of survival mode. One of my first steps after being diagnosed with everything and trying to understand my mental health was to identify my triggers. One of my triggers as being misunderstood. Another one is feeling unsafe in my own home. Because of my childhood, I fought my entire life for a stable home. Even though I was living with my husband in a house prior to buying our house together, that was his house that he bought as a bachelor and my name wasn't anywhere. So when we bought this house together, my first house and a safe place that I could provide to my 3 children, I started letting my guard down and for the first time ever was able to live out of survival mode. When all the hoopla went down, it wasn't just the lawsuit. There's all the actions that brought the lawsuit on, and then the stuff that continued to happen during the lawsuit. The place that I had worked so hard to make my safe space was my own prison. And since moving away from that situation, literally, I've been identifying the patterns of how my past trauma relates to my neighbor trauma. I've been practicing mindfulness, self-regulation, staying creative, just everything I can do to keep going forward. But I'm honestly still struggling. It's been 9 months since we moved. 9 months since the entire thing was over, but I am still having horrible nightmares. Almost every night, I am still having a dream that we are looking for a new home and then we find it, and as we start to settle, we have to hurry up and find something else. And we never actually find peace. But also in the mix of it, I am like taking my children from several different schools throughout the day and trying to make sure they get all those classes. When we moved, my kids switched school districts in March, almost at the end of the school year. In my dreams, I'm constantly trying to make sure my kids are feeling good and well adjusted at school. Even though they are thriving, we as a family unit are thriving, these nightmares are really hard to shake because they are so intense that when you wake up, it's really hard to put them aside, that's not your reality. Also in my dreams, my husband doesn't love me. I'm usually like fighting for his attention. I'm so tired, but I dread going to sleep because no matter how I try to get out of that headspace, these dreams still creep in. After everything, I have learned that the key to surviving any trauma is just taking it day by day. Our trauma didn't happen in a day, so why do we expect to heal in a day? We are the ones that can make the conscious decision to keep putting our feet forward and sharing our stories, connecting with each other, and letting each other know we're not alone.